So today, we am just going back through the points that we have discussed in the earlier classes, that to a function we can pass some parameters. What the parameter can be? Parameter can be a mutable or immutable object. If it is a immutable object, it is like a pass by value. But once it is a mutable object, so changes that are being made in the formal argument has also an effect on the actual arguments. Here you can see over here, there is a function with 3 arguments. So while calling the function, I just have to pass 3 arguments over here. Because it takes 3 arguments, I have to pass 3 arguments. Right? Similarly, it says that we have a Python symbol star. We have already discussed about this. A symbol is provided, star symbol is provided by the Python. It represents it represents all. That means it's a what we say argument. It takes variable length of arguments. So this is a variable length of arguments. Star represents for variable length of arguments. Just see over here, for details I have taken this thing. I pass star details. Star detail means what it takes, all values, each individual, for all it will be passed, and accordingly it will be received over here. One thing I could have done, I will pass the detail, I will receive as a list and unpack inside it. Here it says it will unpack in the argument itself. Another way of passing is that I will not give star, I will pass details and it will be received in a list, and then I will unpack inside the function. But here what it does, it is unpacking over here, making it 3 arguments and sending it to the calling functions and receiving over 3 with the 3 arguments. Is it understood? So we can have variable length. Any doubt, Jyoti Prakash?
Yeah, one more time, please.
Look here. Yes.
Sir, so we can pass variable length argument while calling the function as well as while receiving the
Yes.
argument.
Yes. Where star is a symbol you can use wherever you are using. It is a function, either calling a function, receiving a function, returning. Wherever you are using a star, that represents the variable length argument. So not necessary to be only for the receiving or calling. In the previous example I have given you how to give the star. In the subsequent slides also I have one more example with double star as well. So here what it does, it unpacks while calling. In the previous example that I have given, it was unpacking while it is being receiving over here. It says that here it is being unpacked while we are sending it to the function. That can be done. So we pass star details. Star detail means each individual one. So details is now having 3 elements. So these 3 are being unpacked. So you have 3 elements over here. The first one goes to the first, second goes to the second, and third one goes to the third one. Right? But this has to be in a particular order. The order in which it is being defined in the function, same order it has to be there. That is the only requirement. You can see over here, this is the function. Suppose the calculate average is a function, right? This is the function, and this is our main function through which you are calling. Why I am saying a main function? Do remember that although we do not write main, Python itself embedded these codes as a part of the main. Python automatically embed this part as a part of main only. Okay, so now we have list 1 and list 2 list are being defined. I pass star list 1. Star list 1 means it will unpack over here. What it will unpack? This one, these are the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. This a list one, each element is being unpacked. And not only here it is unpacked, all these elements are being received over here as argument. An argument will, this ARGS is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to understand. First example I have given, where in the formal argument I have used star. Previous example I have given where while passing the element I use star. This is the example where I have given both the cases I am giving star. I am giving while sending and at the time of receiving. So I may send a variable length of argument and it may be received with variable length of arguments as well. So the moment I am passing list 2, now list 2 has 3 elements. So here also it will be unpacked with 3 elements. Is it understood? So star can be used either at the sending, receiving or both. Sending, receiving or both. Even returning also. I hope it is understood.
But sir, in the previous
example,
sir, in previous example, sir, if we pass more than 3 arguments, then it will give errors.
It will give you error because I already told the order also has to be same. The first one is name. You cannot pass. Suppose phone number is a number. I cannot pass a string over here. So the name, this order has to be same also. The order in which you are passing, that also has to be same. It is not only the number of arguments, the order has to be same.
Arguments to pass, otherwise it will give errors.
Can you repeat?
Here you are keeping 3 values inside details.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I could not hear actually. Jyoti Prakash, have you asked any question? I could not hear properly.
Sir, yes, network issue at his end.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I am saying that if here you are passing 3 arguments, it should have also 3 arguments to receive. The order in which you are passing the same order it has to be received over there. Suppose I have here I am passing 3 strings over here, but if you are passing string, integer, float in that way, the same order also it has to be received the calling function. That is the only thing that I have said. This is one example I have already told. Like the star, you can have a double star option also there. There is another symbol, double star. Where the double star is used, double star is not pointer to pointer like in C. We don't have any pointer concept. This is not pointer. This is just a Python symbol. Now star is for variable length argument. Double star is also used for variable length, but double star is why it is being used for. Double star is used when you are working with a dictionary. Because in dictionary we have key and value, 2 things are there. So basically double star is used with dictionary. Just look into this example. The same update student taking name, phone number and address. Now I have details over here. Details is a what? Details is a dictionary. This is a function. The green color is a function. What I have written over here, this is a dictionary. In dictionary, we have key and value, name, Sam, phone, 1112, address, London. So this is the dictionary that you have defined. Now I want to pass the dictionary. When you pass the dictionary, we cannot only use a star because star has a list of values, 1 value at a time. But here that 1 value has key and value pair. So when you are receiving or sending a dictionary, use a double star over here. So I use double star. So that means 2 things over here. So both these are being received over here. The details, name, Sam, phone, address, these are being received over here. The first one over here, second one, third one. So if I print over name, then it will print what? First one is what? Name is being taken. So value of name is Sam. Value of phone is 112. Value of address is London. Correct? So I am passing a dictionary. So when you are passing a dictionary, use a double star. And from that means those are the keys. Those are the keys that are being passed. So the key value pair is being passed, and you can use the key name over here to get the value. Right? So we will take one more example if it is there. So see, we need to make sure that key names are same as function parameter. Now one thing, what you are passing, name, phone and address, this also has the same name, phone and address. The key names are same as the function parameter names, right? And count should be same. Suppose I am passing 3 over here, it should be the what? I have 3 key over here, so here we also have 3. Otherwise, it will give one error. This is being written over here. I'll give one more example over here. So this is my object function. In the detail, I have taken only 2. Sir, in this case, length is fixed. No, length is not fixed. It says that the number of elements in the number of key value must be the same as the number of parameters over here. That is fixed. That is fixed. But you can take 10 number of key or 15 number of key, that you can take. So it is not that only 3. You can take any number of key over here. How many number of key will take? That number of parameters that you have to pass over here. So look into this example, you will understand. I have 2 parameters over here, name and phone, right? So sometimes I am passing name and phone. Sometimes I am passing name, section, address and phone. You can see over here. I have details function having 2, name and phone. So I pass double star detail. That means now the dictionary is passed. So when dictionary is passed, it is being received in KW arguments, keyword arguments, key arguments. Key arguments. So what are the key arguments? Name and phone. So when it will print name and phone over here. Name is in this, print this. Phone in this, print. So name and phone will be printed. Address will not be found, so it will not be executed. Suppose I will take the details like this, where name, section, address, phone, 4 things are there, 4 key are there. If there are 4 keys and I am passing over here with double star, now we have 4 keys over here. So I check whether it is there or not. If it is there, print the value. If it is there, print the value. So I can have a variable length of dictionary which can also be passed, and it can be unpacked while calling it, and also while receiving it. While calling I can pass, while receiving also I can have a double star over there. This example is need to be understood. Anybody having doubt on this? Anyone having doubt on this double star? Double star is used with the dictionary. We can have a variable number of keys. If you have variable number of keys, you pass that dictionary itself with double star. While receiving also, you give double star. But if you are specifying the field names or key over here, then the key name should be same as the key name that you have used, and the number of key must be equal to the number of key that you have used. But if you have using double star, then nothing, you don't have to remember, it automatically takes. Is that understood?
Sir, can I pass arguments without order? Means keys without keys? Means the keys we are receiving in.
No, keys has to be, see, value is different. Key is mandatory. You have automatically text the keys over there. It is a key value pair. The keys are being actually mapped. The keys are actually being mapped. Right? The first key goes to the first one in that way. But if you are using double star over here while receiving, then whatever you pass, you have 2 keys, 3 keys, 20 keys, it will variable length argument it will receive. You are sending variable length argument, receiving variable length argument, there is no problem. But if you are sending variable length, like in the previous case, I am sending variable length argument, but I am receiving with some key over here. Then this key has number of keys and the order of keys has to be same over here. The order, the name and order in which we have written. Suppose name, phone, and address.
That means, sir, that means it's receiving in positional order, sir.
It is receiving in position in the key. It's not exactly in the key.
Yes, sir.
And in the second
No,
case,
sir,
is it understood now?
sir, why I ask that? Because in dictionary there are key and values pairs, sir.
Yes.
That's why if I pass in, if we don't pass in order, can it receive as the key?
Yes, look here, we are not sending in order actually. We are sending details. As you know, the dictionary itself is not in order. So these are not in order actually. So I am sending the dictionary itself. So this may go in any order and it may be received in any order. But the name and phone that you have, name, phone, and address, that has to be there. This has to be there, it says. The key names are same as the function parameter names. If you are specifying, if you are using this double stack, then
sir, so we can interchange the arguments.
Yes,
that is name, phone, and address.
Yes, because this order the order doesn't matter. But
yes, sir, that's what I am.
But the numbers has to, the name, phone, and address has to be there. The name, phone, and address has to be there.
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay. So these are some exercises. I will give it in your lab. So I'm just skipping over here. So we'll go for another special kind of function called lambda function. Just a second. Okay. What I was talking about? It's lambda functions in Python. There is a special kind of function, lambda function. This is being used in Python. I'll tell you that what actually is a function is. What is a lambda function? A function without a name is called an anonymous function. A function without a name is called anonymous function. So anonymous functions are defined using the keyword lambda. Anonymous functions are defined using the keyword lambda. Have you ever learned in any other programming language anonymous function without a name? In anywhere you have read? Do you remember? If you have, okay, I am giving you hints. It is there in C++. Whether you have used or not, I don't know. But in C++, you have an option of defining without defining the entire function, without anonymous function can be defined. You can have an object with anonymous. You can have anonymous objects. Anyway, just leave it. Here we have what I am saying, that you may have a function which may not have a name. That function are called lambda functions, are being defined using the keyword lambda. Using the keyword lambda. Just look over here. How do you declare a function? This way, define square of x, return x into x. This way we define a function or not in regular. If you are defining the same function in lambda, I just have to write lambda x colon x into x. Lambda is a keyword, so I am not giving any function name over here. Try to understand. In this second case, I am not giving any function name. Lambda is the keyword that is used, that the function takes one argument and returns x into x. Function takes one argument and returns x into x. As this lambda function, and one thing, lambda function takes only, you will have only a single statement over here, and that is for returning. as it is only returning the value, so no need to write explicitly return x into x. You just have to write x into x because lambda function return a value. So that return is automatically the value is being returned. So we do not have to explicitly write return x into x. Is it understood how I am defining? So this is the way we usually define a function, and this is the way it is being in lambda function. I just have to write it. How do, if it is defined in this way, how do you call a function? We write it in this way: the square of 5. The square of 5 is 5 into 525 is returned, and it will be stored in y. This is the way you call or not? This is the way you call, right? But here in the second case, if you are calling a lambda function, this has to be assigned to a function name, because this itself, the entire thing is actually returning a function, reference to a function, which is being assigned to a function variable. Now, by using this f, I can pass a parameter. This 5 is actually x, 5 into 5 is 25 is returned, and it will be stored in value. Is it understood what I am saying? In the previous case, I just define a function, called it. In lambda function, I have not given any name. I have assigned it to a variable. And the variable name, this variable will can point to a function, and I am just calling it by passing the value. As the lambda is taking argument, this is argument. So I am passing on argument over here. So just take an example how our usual functions are being called and lambda functions. Now lambda functions are how being used. Suppose I write f is equal to lambda x colon x into x. That means x is the parameter. It should return x into x. So I write in this way: value f is equal to 5. Square of 5 equals to value. So f of 5 means 5 is the argument. It returns 25. I may write lambda x comma y colon. That means it takes two parameters. It takes two parameters and multiply, add, whatever you do. So I pass two parameters and it displays over here. Is it understood what is a lambda function?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll have more example. We'll see over here.
Sir.
Okay. Yes. Any query?
Sir, so whenever we try to call lambda function, we have to assign it in a variable.
Sometimes, okay, that is okay. Very good question. We are assigning to a variable, and we are actually the lambda function doesn't have any name, so we are just having this pointer. It is returning a pointer to it is address, not pointer. It is address, and which is being assigned to the f. So f means actually we are calling the same anonymous function, same function that you have defined. I'll give an example. You will be better understood. See over here, I have defined a function lambda, which takes two arguments, x and y. It returns x if x is greater than y, otherwise it returns y. Try to understand. If x greater than y, then it will return x, otherwise it will return y over here. Correct? So if x greater than x, if x greater than y, else y. So this is my lambda function I have defined. I input two numbers over here. This is one way of inputting two numbers I have given. You can simply write input two numbers and put it in A and B. This is, I am inputting two values with comma separated like this. I have inputted, then I split it. So 7 and 5 are two inputs. And then I have making it integer and store it in A and B. But to remove this complexity, we can write A is equal to integer of input enter first number, B is equal to integer of input enter the second number. So both the numbers are input, and I just call the max of AP, and this is being called. So lambda function, this is important over here. Lambda function contain only one expression. So we have only one expression. You can see over here, this is one expression. Here you have one expression. So the contains only one expression, and they return the result implicitly. They return the result implicitly. So you don't have to write return X, return Y. That is not need to be written. That not need to be written. Right? We'll take one more example over here. Oh, sorry, these two are the basic lambda functions. So we'll go for some other functions which are used with lambda functions. Is it understood up to this? Lambda function has only one expression, no return statement, but automatically it returns. Is that clear? Okay.
Sir. Hello. Sir, is there in general use or some special use of this function?
Yes, there is
because
some.
Sir, if we are defining a function, then because if we are defining a function, we can directly call the function with the by passing the arguments inside the function. But in lambda function, we have to define it every time whenever we try to access this.
No, not every time. You just have to assign, define once. You can define it, and you just have to assign to any variable, and then you can do it. I will tell you that how to do. What is the speciality of this function? I can first thing is that it is less. It takes this is faster as compared to the your usual functions. In usual functions, the control saves the current state, go to the function called function, then it executes by loading its value, returning back. It will again load the previous one. So it takes some time. The function calling takes some time over. But this is somewhat like like the macro calling. The way the macros are being defined in C language. Have you remembered? So this is being very quick actually. It doesn't take that number. Yes.
Is it like inline function in C++?
Yes. This similar kind of thing. It's a similar kind of inline. So you don't have. This is the way it is. First thing is that is advantages. Second advantages is that this is not a replacement of the function. In a function we write many things. Here it is only one line we are writing. So if you have very short problems which returns a value, in that case only I will use a lambda. One advantage is that this function can be assigned with various other names in the while function calling. So not necessary that always it will be assigned to a particular function only, particular variable only. But if you are declaring a function, that is same. If our ordinary function, if you are writing, is always same. But here it says you can assign to any of the variable, and you can use it. So during program, you can change the function name while calling it. These lambda functions can be used with a filter function. The lambdas can be used with filter. What is filter? Filter is used to filter the elements of a sequence depending on the result of a function. Depending on the result of a function. What is the filter? Filter takes a function and sequence as argument. Filter function takes two things as argument. One is function, another is sequence. Just go through the left side. What is the program written? This is my program. This is my program, right? The def is under, so each even is a function. It returns whether it is a even number or not. So this is the function. I take a list. I want to check each one of the element which are even, so that I will prepare another list only taking the even elements. So what I'll do over here, in a filter function, what I'll do, I call a to the filter function. I must pass a function. So this each even is passed as a argument over here, and this is the function name and this is the argument. So what is my sequence? Sequence is this. So I want this function should work over this list that is provided. So it will take one element from this list go on executing this is even. Wherever there is true, if the answer, if it is the true, then it will return that value, which will be converted to a list and assigned to list 1. Try to understand. It takes 2 arguments, function and a sequence. So I pass is even and list. What is list? List has these elements. So automatically to this function, one element are being passed. 10, then 23, then 45, 46, like that is passed. So whenever each element is passed, so it is checked whether it is even or not. Those are true. Those are true. The value are being returned so that it will form a list and it will be stored in list 1. So it is displaying this one. This is the function of filter. To the filter, we pass a function and a sequence, maybe a list, tuple, whatever. For each element, it works. For every element, it will. For each element, it will take and do over here. But it will return what? It will return those elements which are true. Correct? So I just want to write the same in using the lambda function. I want to write the same using lambda function. Just see over here. This is the code using without using the lambda. By using the lambda, how you are writing? This is my list. This is the list that I have taken. In list 1, what I have done, see, filter of is even list. So I have used in filter of, instead of is even, I'll write a lambda code over here. This is the function. Na? Instead of this function, I will use a lambda function. So what is my lambda function? Lambda x is x modulo 2 equals to 0. So that means if x modulo 2 equals to 0, that means if it is true, then it should return. So these are the 2 parameters. Here also these are the 2 parameters. The first parameter is even. In place of is even, I have taken a lambda function. That is the only change I have done. So what is the advantages? I don't have to write this entire definition over here. I just have to write this lambda function and it will work the same way as it was there in the previous case. You can see how efficiently the code is written as compared to the previous one. As compared to the previous one. Is it understood or any doubt? Any doubt, student? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir.
See, even if I say all these code serving, I have most of the codes I have executed and then I put it on the slide. But still, I will say that you execute each of these code at your end, at your home, and then you see that what is the effect, how it is doing. Otherwise, just by looking at the slide will not enough. This is a programming language. Programming language will only be understood or only be practiced, only be known if you have practiced on it, if you have worked on it. Writing programs in Python, I have already told, it's not exactly the writing Python in C language. In C language or C++, you just have to write numerous lines of code. If you are using Python and writing that number of code, then you are not understood the syntax of Python. You are very efficiently you can write codes in Python, which is not there in C or C++ language. Right? So you must understand that how efficiently you could able to use the write the Python codes. I think we will end over here. The next class we will go for some lambdas with map, reduce, and other generator functions. We'll go for next class. Okay. Yes, I will go for the roll numbers. 1, 2, 3. Roll number 4, I think permanent absent. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 25. Roll number 25.
Sir, he got disconnected, sir.
20, which 25? But 25 name is what?
Gurat Bairas.
28 is present. 28. It's okay. All other are present. 25 is also present. So I'll end the meeting now.
Sir,
Any query?
sir, in the filter